Templars going to be spawning over here on the blue side. Sons of Midas spawning on the red side. We're going to get started in about 10 seconds. We are going to be on Temple the Silent Storm. So let's get things rolling. The gates are about to open up, so let's open up our map and check out those splits. Coming back directly into this game, though, we're going to see everybody heads directly out of the gate here. Let's see, everybody's going to head. Zero on Leak is going to be making his way over here to the Temple for Sons of Midas to open things up for this team as well. We're going to be having Percio heading over to the altar for his team, checking out what else we have going on here. Pretty much everybody else is heading into middle. We are going to have a bit of crossplay again, to no surprise, Tufao, who is running Supers build, or rather Ultras build, apologies, is looking to cross-cap. However, I think he had second thoughts about it now, and he's going to be making his way over here to the middle point where we do have that fight going on. Taking a look right now at Juliana Lemonheart. Already took a lot of damage there, so she is forced to sort of be careful here, and is probably going to be the first person to go down. Nice focus indeed coming in there from Templars. Stomp possibly going to be going off here in a couple seconds here. We do have the Resurrection trying to come off, but it looks so no, the banner's going to come down, and Juliana's going to be able to get back up and into this game. Again, Juliana currently sporting the pretty standard NA Guardian build, NA Meta Guardian build here. As you can see, pretty tanky indeed, holding on the best she can. We did just see Robbie and Fagoli Master go down, so it is going to be a race to either stomp or res. Red team's going to optimize to get Fagoli back up and into the game. Robbie as well, barely getting brought back up, but he is going to get back up and into this game. Tufao as well, dangerously holding on right there. Only at about 800 health left, but he did manage to escape and get himself out of there, so he's going to be alright, and we'll re-engage in just a second. As you can see right now, Fagoli Master as well looks like he might be the next target to go down, but the other members of the blue team are starting to look a bit weak. We had Robbie go down once more. Stomp possibly going to go off on Juliana Lemonheart, though, as she was taken down, and it will go off, so Templars is going to take the first kill here now, and possibly take the lead at middle. The goalie master as well, getting pretty low here so he could get stomped out in the next second. Astro Gildo going in for the stomp now, and it's going to be successful. Once again, Templars capitalizing the best they can. Lord Stygian and Robbie from Templars were just taken down, though. They may have to sacrifice Robbie. Lord Stygian was brought back up. Unfortunately, though, Robbie is going to get stomped out there. Once again, possibly turning the tide of this fight around, so we'll have to see how things continue on. Just trying to see real quick if we have anything else going on around the map. Appears we do not, so everything's still focalized here at middle. Everyone desperately fighting for control of this, and as you can see by the scores, it's a really even game so far. Only 2 points in favor of Sons of Midas at the moment. Nobody has a significant lead, so this could still go really either way at this point. Seeing what else we have going on, the Lord Stygian was just taken down again from the pressure from Sons of Midas. Stomp possibly going to go off in a second here. Breeze Wolfang going to stomp him out there, and that will take him down. Going back to the overview point, again, we're going to be seeing Astro Gildo switching to his point of view, getting pretty low here. He may go down again. Astro Gildo running that Condi Warrior build, something very different, but seems to be fairly effective to say the least there. We are starting to see a little bit more and more in the tournament queue, and maybe in some tournaments as well soon. Robbie just taken down there again. Sons of Midas are going to start taking a lead here now. Juliana Lemonheart currently bunkered for this point, and Astro Gildo as well, switching over to his point of view again, getting CC'd pretty hard again by Carmelu, again running that pretty usual warrior build that we do see played a lot recently, pretty much the staple for all warriors, and it has played to its best there and allowed them to take middle. So we're going to be having Sons of Midas take the first 2 cap here. However, Templars is already applying pressure to another point. Their new spawns made their way over here to the Temple point, where they're already trying to fight for control of the next point. Going over to, we're going to jump on Fagoli Master again, so he's faring off for this fight. Running Engineer, running a very heavy damage Engineer, actually. I believe it was running Rifle, if I remember checking it correctly. Yes, indeed. Running a Rifle Engineer build, so a lot of damage to be tossed out there. Red team currently trying to focus down Perq at the moment and doing a nice job of it. We are seeing Red team holding on pretty strong here at the moment, so it is looking good for them to possibly hold on to this point, although we are seeing progress going off on the decap. It hasn't gone off yet. I still believe there's 1 or 2 ticks left on the point there, as it is still showing they have control. We did see both Zero and Perq go down, though. Stomp is going to go off on no one else yet. Both targets are still alive. Currently looking at Perq. Perq is taking a lot more AoE damage, trying her best to get the res off from her pet, but it's not going to be enough. Tufao is taken down in the process as well, so he might get stomped out here in the next few seconds as well. There we go. Zero is going to capitalize on that, coming back up from the grave. He's going to get back up, reapply. And just to note as well, we did have Sons of Midas get control of the middle buff, so they now have a virtual 4 cap. They are pressured here at the middle, though, as you can see. Carmelu and Juliana are still fighting for control of this against Lord Stygian and Astro Gildo. So again, look at Astro Gildo running that Condi Warrior build here, trying his best to take down Juliana. Juliana has opted to use the Sanctuary now to get herself out of some of that pressure there. Was still suffering a bit from the AoE fire fields that were down in play, but nonetheless did manage to survive through that. But now here comes some more pressure coming in again. I mean, she may go down this time. We'll have to see. She is going to go down, but the rest of the reinforcements are coming back now from Sons of Midas, so they may be able to save her. There we go. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough, though, as you just saw there. Lord Stygian was able to capitalize quickly enough and get the stomp off on the Juliana. As we're seeing now, going back to the overview point of view, seeing what else we have going on at the moment here. WR Temp is making a nice job here at taking back this point. You can see they really capitalized on taking out Juliana, and they're just trying their best to wipe out the targets. They already are capitalizing on the point control that Sons of Midas has lost here with the elimination of their bunker. As we're going to see Astro Gildo as well, trying his best to get back up. They did manage to get him back up. He's going to be in play. Just trying to see what else we have going on at the point here real quick. Back over here at the Temple point, we do have 2-Foul again, aggressing far point against Zero Leak. Zero Leak is looking a bit low at the moment. He may end up going down here. 2-Foul applying some nice pressure, but she as well needs to be careful because these spirits are dangerous indeed. 2-Foul jumping up top, possibly to get some regeneration rolling there in the next few seconds. We'll have to see how she re-engages, jumping over to her point of view now, seeing how she goes on. Nice damage indeed, rolling off of both the spirits and Zero at the moment. He may be going down. Zero trying his best to keep alive. 2-Foul playing passively and waiting for the time to capitalize, knocking him off the point. Half decap has been completed there. Zero probably going to go down, but here we have some more reinforcements coming in from Midas now. We're going to be seeing Carmelo. Will the stunt interrupt go off? Yes, it will from Zero, actually. 2-Foul does have a heal, but she's going to try to get the stomp off. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough now, and that is going to be 2-Foul probably going down in the next few seconds, and Sons of Midas will have successfully defended this point. Checking out back over here at the middle, though, you can see Templars has taken a pretty definite control of the point over here for the time being. We do have some AoE still being tossed in by Fagoli Master. We also have a down target from Templars here at the moment. Juliana Lemonheart, the bunker, once again, was just stomped out there. Breeze Wolfang is also here skirting around, but unfortunately not really able to exercise much control. Bobby is down at the moment, but again, as you can see here, Templars does have a pretty dominant control at this point, so they do have a pretty good chance of actually getting the target back up, as they just did right there. Now, we did have some more people come back in just to note as well. Those buffs are going to spawn in about 20 seconds, so we may have some people start rolling down there again. We do have Tranquility buff spawning in just about 25 seconds, or apologies, 15 seconds now, and with that buff gained, it will put all 3 points in your control, so the red team is obviously going to be looking for that right now. They are still in the lead, despite the fact that blue team did take control of middle for some time there. But as you can see right now, Carmela's actually making work there, as you just saw. 1 versus 3, still managed to stomp out Bobby there. We did have Fagoli Max supporting from up top as well, but nonetheless, nice job by Carmela. We do have the buff spawning down right now, though, as you can see, going down below. Juliana Lemonheart as well as Breeze are currently trying to take control of this for Sons of Midas, and up top as well, that buff again went into Sons of Midas control. So nice job. Sons of Midas definitely focusing on the buffs. They want control of that, and as you have seen here right now, they are definitely doing their job at getting that. Juliana Lemonheart, though, again, as you saw, took a lot of damage in the process there. I think she got hit by a pretty nice burst chain that came in there from Templar. So as you're going to see, she is going to be a little bit lower on the cooldown side. You can see she's actually pretty much all out of cooldowns right now. Her next heal's not up for the next 5 seconds, so she's going to be in trouble. Going down, Astro Gildo going in for the stomp. Astro Gildo does not have stability, and that is going to allow Juliana to get this knock back. But now they need to get her back up quickly here. Astro Gildo coming in again for the stomp, and just in the nick of time, Juliana is going to get resurrected back up. So again, just to talk about this real quick, this is somewhat of the issue now with the blue team, with Templars, that we often see with teams on this map, is that they are getting quite a bit focused on both the middle point and as well trying to fight for down here. And the issue with that is because they're so focused on those 2 points, that has opened them up for backups on both of those side points, and it may open them up now for Midas to take control of this bottom buff, as you're going to see. Unless they can get someone down here in the next few seconds, this buff is going to go to control of Midas again. And as you can see, with that buff chain, that might be the game. We'll have to see. Only 60 points left until they take this, but needless to say, there have been surprises before. Lute Staging going to come onto the point, but going to get knocked off there with the buff being channeled there again. We do have the rest of the members of Midas coming out to the middle point right now, trying to get contention off on this. Note they are going to lose blue team's close point. That's pretty obvious. That usually happens a lot there. But as you're going to see, they're moving quickly to reinforce the other points. They want to hold on to them. And I think with that, that's going to be pretty safe to call GG right now for Sons of Midas. Nicely done indeed. They're only 20 points away right now. So unless we see some really clutch decaps in the next few seconds, it more than likely is going to be going in control of Sons of Midas. As you can see right there, final score probably going to be about 500 to 300 points in favor of Sons of Midas. We do have 2 fouls still in here aggressing, but again, so guys, we are going to be moving on to Legacy the Foe Fire in just a second here. There's the GG coming out right there. There we are. Sons of Midas will take game 1. Allow me to update the scores here really quickly. Going over to that right now. There we go. Anyway, Sons of Midas going to score 1 point. They score 1 more, and they have earned their league points for today. But we still have to see. White Raven still has a chance to come back into this. Things could still change up on Legacy of the Foe Fire. As you're all aware, Legacy, a very clutch map that we could see the Lord coming into play, could easily flip things around with that 150-point secondary objective being in play throughout the entire game. Teams can do some pretty crazy stuff, and we'll have to see how things go as we load into the map right now. We're going to get in teams as well. Do have some time, I believe, between the games to actually change out builds if they want to try something different or try to change something out to try and counter something they did see in the last game. So we'll have to see here in just a second. I'm just going to wait until everybody joins up. And we'll have to see how things go. But just to tell you guys about some other events that are coming up real quick while we're waiting for the next game to begin. We're actually going to jump back into game here real quick. There is a lot more stuff coming up over the next few weeks here, starting on the November 23rd. We are going to be having PvP TV. We'll be starting their 2v2 tournaments. That will be happening on PvP TV on the starting on the 23rd of November. In addition to that, on I believe the 13th of December, or that weekend, we are going to be having Good Fights 5v5 tournament starting there as well, and that in addition will be on PvP TV, so we'll have to see. Definitely check those out, guys. In addition as well, Apples and Axes is next weekend. That'll be on Basil's channel if you'd like to check that out as well. And yeah, so we're just about ready to go, guys. We're going to get started here in hopefully just a few seconds, just trying to see. It doesn't look like anybody's going to change anything up. It was a pretty even fight there. Nobody was really slacking behind. Nobody got really hard countered that much, so I don't believe anybody really has too much of a reason to change anything up that desperately, so we'll have to see. Now, we're talking about Tufao again here real quick. He's running what we saw Ultra running yesterday with 2020-30-0-0, which made him a pretty prominent opponent on the far point. Tufao, however, doesn't seem to be utilizing it that well. I think that is mainly due to the fact that they were having targets stronger against Mesmers, hanging back on that back point compared to yesterday, where we did see sort of targets that may have been weaker against the Mesmer Burst, going up against Super, or apologies, not Super, Ultra. But Tufao may have a much harder time, because I do think they are being a little bit wiser with the targets they choose, or with the people they choose to hang back at their close point. So we'll have to see if Tufao chooses to go to middle instead this time, or maybe he's still going to try to aggress the far point. Once again, guys, we are going to get started in just a few minutes. Whether you're just joining us, welcome to the Brazilian League. This is today's game here. We're going to be having White Raven Templars versus Sons of Midas. Sons of Midas did just take the first game in the set there on Temple there, and we are now going to be moving on to Legacy of the Faux-Fire, and after this game as well, we will be going to Flowers. But we are getting started here, guys, so let's get things rolling. Once again, White Raven Templars going up against Sons of Midas over here on the red side. Sons of Midas once again spawning over here in the Char base, where we will be having Templars spawning over here in the Ascalonian base on the blue team. Game starting in about 3 seconds. Let's open up our map and check out those splits. Coming directly out of the gate here, we're going to see who chooses to go to the home points for each team. Zero looks like he's going to be going there for the red team. In addition to that, we are going to be having Robbie, and I believe blue team's Ranger as well will be making his way over there. Trying to see no cross caps, unfortunately, so that was a bit over-assumed there by the blue team. They are going to be in a bit of trouble here at middle in the 2v4, actually, as that goes on, but we'll have to see how they actually deal with it. They are going to have to hold on the 2v4 for quite some time, but it does look like they're going to be doing all right here. The other members of the red team that were there at middle weren't the most bursty characters, so they may be able to hold on. Lord Stygian, as you can see, though, unsurprisingly, did take a lot of damage in that 2v4, is hanging on, though, was forced to use a lot of his cooldowns, though, so a lot of that may not be available for the next time they go into a resurrection sequence where they need to get somebody back up. Lord Stygian, though, as you can see, again, popping most of his cooldowns. Astro Gildo, as well, who was the second person there, was forced to fall back quite a bit just a few seconds ago. So, again, checking out what we do have going on the other points of the map. Again, we are going to be having Tufao making his way over there. Zero at the moment going up against him. We did see Tufao do very nicely against Zero before, so there is quite a good chance that we will be seeing Tufao win this 1v1. We'll check back on it in just a second. He's going back over here to the middle again. We still have that fight erupting. We did have Juliana go down, but literally like that on command, Robbie was actually stomped out. So really nice timing there from Templars getting that stomp off at just the nick of time. Or apologies, really nice timing there by Midas getting that stomp off in just the nick of time and getting their teammate back up. Meanwhile, back over here at the quarter point, we do have Zero getting quite low at the moment. Tufao's hanging on quite well. I do think Zero's going to go down, just needs to get that last damage spike off, and there you go, Zero's going to do down. Now Tufao just needs to get the stomp off. Tufao actually getting pretty low from some of the spirit damage. He's actually going to be forced to fall back, so red team does have a chance to sort of get in here and save his teammate. Here comes now Figoli coming in. He's going to be able to possibly save Zero. Tufao as well, falling back to safety range here. We do have the pet resurrecting him right now as well, so Tufao, unfortunately, he did win the 1v1, but again, that was actually the second time I believe we saw that happen. Was really not able to capitalize on the stomp in time before reinforcements showed up. Back here at the middle as well, we are going to be having Sons of Midas take control of this. The last resistance from White Raven is sort of being knocked out right now. We do have Juliana Lemonheart, but again, they're being really safe with their teammate control. They pretty much everyone went on there to make sure they didn't lose their bunker, because that was some of the issues they were having last game. Was on the middle fight they lost their bunker, and then from there it sort of just deteriorated. So I think they're going to be playing that a lot safer this game with making sure they keep that bunker alive. Bobby down once more though, so he is going to get stomped out here right now. The other members of the blue team are sort of starting to swarm in as they all spawn out. You can see it here on the map right now. The other members are coming around. We have Lord Stygian going to come in here from the back, so he's going to be available to bunker in just a second as they get everybody back in there. Going over to Carmela right now, again, being very aggressive at the moment, going completely over the line of scrimmage here into blue team's territory at the moment, just trying to suppress them as much as possible. And it seems to be working quite well. As you can see, Carmela is just waiting for some of the members of blue team to come down, and then he's just going to pounce as soon as they get in range. But, seeing if we have anything else, no, once again, everything seems to be focalized on middle. We do have a Ranger from Sons of Midas just hanging out at the back point right over there, just playing safe, just hanging back at that close point. Doesn't want to make any risk, doesn't want to get back out, because he knows 2-foul is probably going to make his way over there eventually if he does leave the point. So, definitely going to be playing that safe, and that is going to allow him to hold on to the point. As you can see, though, the scores at the moment, 140 points in favor of Sons of Midas. They are in the lead once more, going up against about 90 points in favor of Templars. Sons of Midas does have the point control at the moment with 2 points in their favor. Both are contested, however, as well. Templars does have 1 point under their control. Compared to the 2 then Sons of Midas hold. So checking out what else we have going on back over here at the quarry point. We do have Lord Stygian this time actually going up against Zero. They're going to change it up. Fagoli once again falling back, so this is going to be a 2v1. We're about to see how Lord Stygian holds on. We're going to go on to Fagoli again, see what kind of damage he's able to do on Lord Stygian. Nice burst indeed going off onto him. He is going to get taken down, and as you see there, unsurprisingly, Sons of Midas will be holding on to the middle. Checking out what else we have going on over here. Robbie at the moment about to get stomped out. Carmela as well, going to be the one to execute that. Will go off quite nicely. Astro Gildo not looking too good himself. He may go down, but actually turns it around and takes down Carmela, so she might get stomped out here in the next few seconds. No, the damage on Astro Gildo is going to be a little bit too much. We're going to see it's going to be a stomp race now. Looks like Breeze is going to get it off first, though, and Carmela going to be brought back up and into the game. And Carmela coming up with a vengeance, going to stomp the person who was trying to stomp her just seconds ago. 2-foul getting taken down and getting stomped out there. Nicely done indeed by Sons of Midas. Going in for the kill right now on Perseus as well. Trying to stomp that out right now. Going in for it. There you go. Indeed, Carmela is going to execute that stomp, and they will be taking control, or rather defending successfully this the middle point over here. So it looks as though as we open up the map to see what else we have going on over here. Again, blue team looks like they're just going to go possibly all in on Quarry, which is a risky move to say the least. 2-foul, Astro Gildo, Fagoli, and Robbie all making their way over here to the Quarry point right now to try and take control of that. We do have Zero at the moment, going to be the one defending this. The other members from Sons of Midas are falling back right now. Did get held up a little bit by a line of warding that came down from the Guardian, but as you can see right now, they're all in this fight. Another big team fight. It's going to be at a much smaller point, so whoever has a lot of AoEs is obviously going to have a much stronger time over here because the point is that much smaller. We'll have to see how things go, though. Again, over here as well, Sons of Midas going to capitalize on that all-in for the blue team and take their close point away. So Sons of Midas does have the opportunity to open themselves up for a 3-cap here right now as well. Percy's going to come in to defend Waterfall, but as you can see, back over here, blue team is making some pretty significant progress over here on the quarry point. We did see Fagoli Master go down just seconds ago, going over here to Carmela's point. It's Carmela's point of view now. She was just taken down. Double stomps going in. She will be able to interrupt that. Oh, and a nice knockback came in there from the members of the red team. They did manage to get the knockback off, and as well, the spirit went off just in the nick of time. Carmela got to get brought back up and into the game. No one's dead yet, as you can see here at the middle. Everyone's still holding on strong. We did have that stomp go off a little while ago in favor of the blue team, but he's since respawning. Will probably be back in this fight in just a few seconds. Seeing what else is going on. Zero getting pretty low here. Robbie as well. We may have another double stomp race going on here. Robbie going to be brought back down. The other members of the blue team going to be trying desperately to bring him back up. Zero as well was taken down. Carmela going to be brought back down in the process. A little bit too much AoE on Zero's down body there. We'll have to see Robbie going in for the stomp right now. They're trying their best. Lots of grenades going off on the corpse. They are going to bring it back up this time as well. Nicely done by both these teams on making sure resurrections do go off. Note as well, middle is completely open at this moment. Anyone can take middle if they want to. Back over here at the Waterfall 2, we still have Breeze and Perseus going at it, and they probably will be for quite some time. So we'll keep the eyes over here at the quarry point and watch that. Robbie once again in the down state. We do have Carmela trying her best to capitalize on the stomp, but there's just too much AoE on all of these bodies here. Nobody can stomp anybody at the moment. We had Juliana down as well. They used the banner to bring her back up. She is going to be back up and into the game right now. Carmela as well, again, really trying to focus down that warrior that they don't want to have to deal with the AoE and all that CC. So Carmela and Robbie actually sort of knocked each other out. We had Lord Stygian go down there as well. Stomp focus seems to be on Carmela at the moment, and it will go off successfully. Once again, giving White Raven the lead right here. Zero as well in the downstate right now. We could be seeing him getting stomped out in just a few seconds, and he is going to get stomped out. White Raven making some excellent progress, but we have to consider something, guys. White Raven has wasted a lot of time and a lot of investment in trying to get this point, and because of that, because Sons of Midas was able to hold on for so long, they have gained a huge lead against their opponents right here. 406 points to 173 points, but that nearly full wipe has opened up middle now for White Raven to take. We're going to have to see. It is a race to the middle. Carmela may be able to get there just in time to stop the decap. No CC will go off, so nicely done indeed by Carmela, getting there just in the nick of time and saving the point from being decapped. They still have that, and as long as they hold on to that middle point, they should be safe to take this game. White Raven knows this, and they're racing desperately now to try and get that decap off. Back over here at the Waterfall as well, we did have Sons of Midas finally take that. He did win the 1v1. against Percy there. As you can see, Percy coming out of the spawn right now, going to make his way to middle, and Two-Foul is going to be recapturing this for his opponents. As you go back to the middle, though, you can see that pretty much everyone from Sons of Midas has invested over to this point right now. They want it, they want to make sure they hold on to it, and they're going to fight heavily to make sure they can hold on to it. Robbie taken down just seconds ago. Astro Gildo as well, getting hit by a nice AoE team from the Spirit Ranger there. Robbie going to get stomped out there without a fight whatsoever, and Astro Gildo, following suit, will be taken down as well. Checking out what else we have going on. They actually gave up the quarry point, which they fought so hard to take, is going to go back into the control of Sons of Midas, and with that, they are going to have that cap under their control. But in addition to that, back in middle, we did have White Raven decapture that. Now, keep in mind, too, the red team does have the option to rush Lord if they so choose right now, if something does happen to go awry. So White Raven needs to be careful of that. But as you can see here, they are pretty safe in their control of middle. Lord Stygian is here. He's going to be rolling back over here to the quarry point to try and get that decap with Two-Foul, but they've all but given up control of the middle point right now. No, Robbie's actually going to get in there in time to sort of hold it. He's just going to be a paperweight to make sure that red team doesn't take full control of this, and he'll be holding on strong for the time being. Checking out over here at the quarry as well, Two-Foul as well as Lord Stygian, still trying desperately to take control, and they are going to decap this now, so red team's cash flow is all but stopped. Everyone from the red team now falling back to this point. They need to take it. Blue team members as well have swarmed back over here to the middle point. Zero and Juliana are fighting desperately to hold on to this. Robbie looks like he may be getting a bit weak in the next few seconds here, so we'll have to see how that goes. Checking back over here at the quarry. This is still being fought for pretty heavily as well. Lord Stygian taking on to this. Blue team may take control of this. No one from the red team is here to contest. Here comes Fagoli Master, but he's taking a risk. Gonna get bursted pretty heavily. He will die on the point, however. Lord Stygian gonna quickly try to get the stomp off onto him, and it will be successful. So blue team will regain control of this. Red team only 30 points away, but they can't take a point. They're gonna get middle though, as you see. Again, they reassess the resources. Now they just need to hold on to this for the next 60 seconds, and they'll take this game. In addition to that, you can see now Breeze Wolfang, realizing the numbers, is gonna make his way over here to the waterfall, get that decap off, and probably take that for his team, as no one from the blue team is even close enough to try and stop that in time for the full cap. As you can see, we do have Robbie making his way over there, but I doubt he's going to get there in time, and if they take that point, that might be GG, so we'll have to see. White Raven, again, they know they need this decap. They're trying so hard to get in here and get it decap, but they just cannot do it, and with that second point being capped, we are going to be seeing Sons of Midas take game 2 as well. Congrats to them, indeed. Well fought, really epic ending there, an excellent job by Sons of Midas. So that is going to be the end of game 2, guys. Let me just update the scores here really quickly. And we are now going to be moving on to Forest here for our third and final match today. Really epic stuff there, guys. Really nice team fights that we saw coming out from both teams. GG's all around there. Really nice job. White Raven. Oh, oh my god, that's a bug. We'll worry about that later. Anyway. Okay, that's a really big bug. We'll worry about that later, though. Anyway, guys, as you just saw there, really nice team fights from both sides. Well, we're going to be moving on to Forest. Like I was saying, though, anyway, White Raven really, they had a rough time there at the beginning. They tried to go for a pretty usual strategy, and unfortunately did get stomped out there by Sons of Midas. But as you saw, they really pulled it together there towards the end. They really got their stuff together, and had they kept that going, had they not taken so long to take Quarry, I do think they would have had a much better opportunity to actually come back and win that game. As you saw, once again, they were starting to really get it together there towards the end. So we'll have to see as we go on to this third and final match if they're able to do so, and if they're able to take the third game here for themselves and end this set with a 2-1. So going back into the game here right now, whoops, that's not the right one. Anyway, going back into the game right now, we'll have to see if anybody's going to change anything up right now. We do have people rejoining the teams. I'm not sure if they're actually changing out characters or something, or if they're just readjusting builds or something like that, but we'll have to see when they rejoin the games. Again, I don't think that we're going to see any changes, though. Nothing was too out of the ordinary, such as to provoke a change, to say the least, so we'll have to see. And again, guys, we are going to be live all weekend for this. We will be having a game tomorrow as well, so be sure to tune in for that. We will be having that being live broadcasted tomorrow, and I believe we have one Monday as well. I have to double check on that one, but in addition, guys, if you are sort of just joining us and you're not already in the rebroadcast, you can look at the top right now to see if we are in the rebroadcast, but we will be rebroadcasting these games as well directly after the stream, so if you joined us late, do not fret. Games 1 and 2 are going to be replayed along with this game. That'll be happening here in just a second as soon as the stream ends, so be sure to stick around for that. So seeing what else we having going on, we are still missing one of the members from White Raven here. White Raven Templars. I don't believe he's going to change anything. I'm trying to see, maybe. I'll have to see. I'm trying to see if he's actually in the, yeah, Lord Stygian was the last member there, so I don't believe he's actually going to change anything. But again, let's see. Again, just to really quickly go over those builds for those of you that missed it initially. Carmela going to be running with 6 Runes of the Scholar, as well as Longbow Hammer with a Berserker's Amulet, and the traits being 0-10, 30-0-30. Juliana Lemonheart The bunker for this team going to be running with 6 runes of the Soldier, Mace Focus Staff with the Cleric's Amulet and the traits being 0, 0, 10, 30, 30. The Goalie Master, Engineer for this team, going to be running with a very power focus build with 2 Strength, 2 Fire, 2 Hullbreak runes, Rifle, as well as a Berserker's Amulet and the traits being 30, 0, 0, 20, 20. Zero Alik, the first Ranger for this team, playing Spirit Ranger, going to be running with 6 runes of the Undead, as well as Shortbow, Sword, Torch with the Carrion Amulet, making him a lot more tanky, running with 10, 0, 30, 30, 0 in his traits, and Breeze Wolfang. And note as well that this team is running with 2 Spirit Rangers. It's a pretty crucial fact that they do have a lot of team support to contribute because of that. It's going to be running with as well, pretty much the exact same thing, 6 runes of the Undead, Shortbow, as well as Sword Dagger with the Carrion Amulet and the traits 10, 0, 30, 30, 0. Just move on to the blue team here really quick, just to go over their stuff again. Astro Gildo running with Condi Warrior build here, 6 runes of the Undead, as well as a Longbow, Sword with the Rabbit Amulet and the traits being 0, 10, 30, 0, 30. Perseus playing Spirit Ranger with 6 runes of the Undead, as well as Shortbow, Sword Torch with the Settler's Amulet. Again, Settler's Amulet is in an effort to sort of give him more healing potential through the Nature Spirit and the Healing Spring. It allows him to be a lot better, a lot more supportive in the team fights, but it does end up in the long run making him a lot squishier as well because he doesn't have that huge health boon and toughness boon that comes from the Carrion Amulet. Running with 10, 0, 30, 30, 0. Robbie again running a somewhat tankier Necromancer build here with 6 runes of the Undead, as well as Staff, Scepter Dagger, and Rabbit Amulet with the traits being 0, 30, 10, 0, 30, 10, 30. Tufal, going to be running Ultra's build from yesterday, 6 runes of Lissa, as well as Greatsword, Sword Pistol with the Berserker's Amulet, the traits being 20, 20, 30, 0, 0. And Lord Stygian, last but not least, going to be the bunker for this team, 6 runes of the Soldier, Staff, Hammer, Cleric's Amulet, the traits 0, 5, 30, 35. We are getting started here, guys, so let's open up our map. Once again, last game for today, we are going to be on Forest, and we have a very interesting split to open things up here. Astro, Gildo, Tufal, and Robbie from Templars are going to be making their way over here to the mine point for their team. Definitely going to be going completely cross-cap. We do still have their Guardian, Lord Stygian, going to be coming here in the middle just to hold that contested for as long as they can, but all of their team fight assets have made their way over here to the far point. They're just going to go all in on that. Definitely changed up the strategy for this game. Nice burst going off on a 0 at the moment. Look at all these Condis on him. 16 stacks of bleeds, I believe, was the cap there. And as you can see, those Condis are just going to absolutely melt him. He's going to be going into the down state right now. The Goalie Master going to be trying his best to get the res off. But again, we're going to have the Mesmer come in and knock him back. But that's not going to stop them from getting the banner down and getting him back up and into this game. And as you can see as well, most, if not everyone from the red team has pretty much fallen back to this point right now to make sure they can hold on to this and keep the fight rolling in their favor. Zero as well, sitting strong right here, is going to be the primary focus. So as you can see, they don't want to have to deal with the Spirit. They don't want to have to deal with all the assets that come with the Spirit. So they're just going to be focusing him down as best they can, trying to knock him out. But as it appears right now, Sons of Midas has taken a target down. Robbie is in the down state right now. You can see a lot of AoE going down on the body. And just all that AoE, I believe it is going to be a stomp that finally capitalizes it. But they are going to take him down and knock him out right there. So White Raven Templars is probably going to be forced to fall back. As you can see right now, Astro Gildo looking to fall back, but unfortunately was not able to escape. We did actually have Tufal managing to escape away from that. He's going to come in the middle here. Does have the opportunity to pull off a nice damage burst on the Juliana right now, and they're actually still holding on to the contested middle. So despite the fact that they did lose the far point fight, they can still get themselves back over here quickly enough out of spawn and get themselves to fight from middle as well. But as you can see as well, blue team did take their boss a few seconds ago, so red team is going to take the opportunity after wiping the blue team at their far point to take that down and just sort of even out the advantages from that. But Julian Lemonheart was actually taken down in the downstate here. They're trying their best to get a res up, but it's not going to be enough. The downstate is going to prove to be too fatal for her, and she is going to get stomped out there. The other blue team members are rolling in. So despite the initial loss over at far point, they're looking pretty good over here at the middle point right now. Apologies, at the top over here, at the keep. Figoli Masters, you're going to see here right now, costing in some grenades from AoE. Lord Stygian taking a lot of the damage from the AoEs at the moment. Going to be hanging back, trying to make sure he doesn't take too much unnecessary damage. We do have Carmelu as well in here, providing a lot of CC. And as you just saw, Figoli got destroyed from the bottom. He was forced into a corner and is rolling back. Those bleeds are actually going to take him down. It's unfortunate for the blue team that no one is actually back here to stop him, however, and he's probably going to self-res himself within the next 30 seconds or so and get himself back up and into the game. Tufal as well, not looking too hot at the moment for White Raven. Going to be falling back here right now. It does look like he's pretty safe though. No one from Sons of Midas is going to be too overextensive. They're trying to take him down. He's just going to be holding back and he'll rejoin the fight in just a moment. As you can see as well, Figoli Master just got himself back up. He's going to be rejoining now. Here comes that nade burst once more, rolling in on the members of White Raven. Robbie going to be going down there again, mainly due to the grenade AoE is what finished him off there. Is in the down state at the moment. Nobody trying to stomp as yet, but here comes Juliana and Breeze at the moment. AoE's trying to go off, but an arrow, oh, and the knockbacks almost stopped it. As you can see though, Robbie was taken into the down state. Tufal as well, down right now, trying their best to res him up, but again, Stomp's going to prove too quick for them to stop. Robbie, or Lord Stygian now, Probably going to be the next target. Carmela was down. Astro Gildo has the opportunity, and they're going to turn it around now. Carmela was just taken down. This fight is not over yet, as you can see here. Taking out people left and right. Next person to go down, probably going to be Astro Gildo in the next few seconds here. We'll have to see, though. He is holding on pretty tight, and the healing stick is still doing its job quite well. No poison on him, so it's not going to be negated. Still getting the full effect of that. Need to get some more condies on him. Stop that. There's the poison. He's going to go down right now. Lord Stygian was taken down as well. So Sons of Midas is going to retake control of this point in the next few seconds there, and they will finally get their 2-cap. But as you can see at the moment here, we do have White Raven Templars in the lead, 174 to 140 points, about for Sons of Midas here. Sons of Midas does have control of the 2-cap, so they are slowly going to make their way back to the lead here. Within the next, I believe, a minute or so, they should retake the lead. But you can see right now, again, they're going to be going for a split push this time, because it did seem to work quite well for White Raven here. Taking the decap off over here, Percy is going to go down, unfortunately, for her. But you can see over here, Tufal is still going to be keeping the pressure applied. Back over here at this point, Zero and Fagoli Master are held up here at the moment. And we do have the Necromancer for the blue team. Robbie is, keeping in mind, Robbie's quite tanky as well. So he's over here at middle as well, fighting for control for that. The other assets from the blue team as they come out of spawn here, looks like they're going to be making their way to middle. They had pretty good team fight there last game, or rather last fight, so they are going to be making their way up here, probably banking on the fact that they can maybe get it a 1 again for them. But just to take a look at the scores once more here, White Raven did actually take the lead now. Apologies. I actually didn't yet. Don't know what I'm saying. As we saw, we still have Sons of Midas holding on pretty strong here over at this point. They're still doing pretty good in the lead state, but like within the next step, I believe 30 seconds or so, they should actually lose that, and Templars will take control of that. But Tufal and Robbie are both down here at the middle point. Tufal's actually down over here at the mine point, and they're just sort of keeping him there in the down state for as long as they can. But a blue team as well is sort of aggressing their chieftain here at the moment, going to be trying to take that down. No one from the red team's within range to stop that, so unless they get people down here in the next few seconds, Breeze Wolfang is coming down, but I don't believe he's going to get there quick enough to try and get for a contestation. The other members of the blue team are falling back right now. They're trying to work their way off to another point here. Unfortunately, again, due to a launched team fight, as you can see again, Lord Stygian trying his best to get away, will escape this time. We do have a blue team member actually going in here, trying to counter aggressive Spawner over here, as Astro Gildo comes in control of this. Now, he is conditioned, so he won't have the easiest time, to say the least, at trying to take down Spawner. So we'll have to see if he's able to get lucky enough. Will he steal it? And yes, he will. Astro Gildo, nice job stealing that. They took their own boss too, so they have that under their belt. They now still hold on to the lead, despite the fact that the Sons of Midas now has had the point control for a couple minutes now. Nicely done by White Raven, holding on to their lead by taking down these bosses, really making use of that secondary map mechanic, and they're still in the lead, but they need to take that second point quickly here, or they are unfortunately gonna lose their lead. Breeze Wolfang was taken down. Robbie tried his best to stop the stomp from going off. They managed to get some AoEs off on a Breeze, but unfortunately was ultimately unable to stop the stomp from going off there. Checking out what's going on in the middle there, again applying pressure. Juliana Lemonheart seems to be the target. They want to knock out the bunker. Tufal's not looking too hot though, as you can see right now. Actually, Tufal's looking perfectly fine. I was looking at a clone there. Tufal is hanging out back here at the moment, waiting for his teammates to get back in and support here. You can see at the moment, currently trying to focus down Fagoli Master. Actually sees in the fight, might be a lot squishier than some of the other targets, so they're going to be trying to focus him down, getting stunned indeed, and that means Carmela is back in this fight, providing all that AoE stuns and DPS that is needed. Percy as well. Now the target for Sons of Midas, trying to knock out the Spirit Ranger. You can see at the moment, she's getting pretty low. She's trying her best to avoid the damage, but ultimately she is going to get chained down here by the members of Sons of Midas. They're all knockbacks are rolling off, but it's not going to be enough. Percy is going to get back up into this game. It's still rolling heavily in favor of either team at the moment. There's only a 10-point advantage. There's only a 10-point advantage right now in favor of Sons of Midas, as they have taken the lead back right here right now. As we see what else is going on though. Checking out what's going on all over the map here. We did a blue team just defend successfully their quarry point. I'm not quarry, apologies. I'm really bad at naming points today. Really holding on to their henge point at the moment. Back here in middle, Breeze Wolfang sitting strong here at the middle at the moment. The rest of the members of White Raven possibly going to take control of this point here in the next few seconds, as we will see, hopefully. We'll have to see how things are going on for them. And yes, they are. They're going to take control of middle there. They will have that under their belt. The other members of the red team have fallen back to their mine point, possibly getting ready for another assault on that point within the next few seconds. So guys, this is a really close game. This could really go either way at this point. 360 for Sons of Midas at the moment, and 364 for White Raven. So White Raven, again, they did have the lead here for quite some time, but they, again, lost the 2-cap, and Sons of Midas was able to come back, but they've, again, flipped it around, and have now taken the lead in their own favor. So we'll have to see if they're able to hold on to this, and if they're able to capitalize on this for the end of this game, and finally able to take a game away from Sons of Midas now. So Carmela is going to be the first one to come in here, going to be providing some of that AoE. We do have some more people rolling around the back as well. We had a Fagoli Master take sort of the long path around the back, and that's actually going to pay off for him, because he's going to get the decap off on White Raven's close point, and probably get get the full cap too, because no one from White Raven is even close to that point, so they probably won't even be able to react fast enough in time to get that. They are holding on strong in mid, though. Carmela did go in what appeared to be a little bit too early, so she was going to get taken down into the down state. Again, we're going to have a lot of stuff sacrificed to try and make sure she doesn't go down. Juliana's actually going to go down in the process as well. Astro Guild's going to opt to try and stomp out Juliana and will get it off. Carmela as well. Vengeance now. She's just going to go for it. She doesn't want to be in the down state anymore. Going to try to take down someone else and just try to knock someone out before she goes down as well. Providing a lot of that AoE. CC Tufel did overextend quite a bit, but with the pop of his ultimate there, he is going to be able to fall back in time and keep himself safe. His heal's still 7 seconds away. Keep that in mind. So Brace may be able to get a couple shots off onto him and take him down in the next few seconds, but nonetheless, he has gotten back within his team's graces, so I do think he's going to be alright. There's his heal. Looks like he's going to be okay, and just managing to block the poison too. That would have been a lot of that heal getting negated. Back over here at the henge point, we again just a few moments ago we had Fagoli Master coming in there to decap that. He actually did get it decapped, but Astro Gilda is now able to recapture that in favor for his team. So checking out again, White Raven only 60 points away from taking this game. Contrast to that, the red team Sons of Midas is a little less than 70 points away from taking the game now. So this is gonna be close, to say the least. We have the boss being engaged by Sons of Midas right now, going over to that. Both bosses actually engaged. This one is pretty predominantly going to be going into the favor of Sons of Midas. There's no questioning that. They're going to have the 25-point boot. This one's contested over here, though. Chieftain could go either way. This could make the game right here. Whoever gets this boss, we're going to be seeing Chieftain. They're trying their best to get it. Sons of Midas going to get that one. They're not going to have the point. They took the lead, and they're going to take the game now. Nice snipe indeed from Fagoli Master. Excellently done. He's going to get that, and that has guaranteed the game for them. Excellently done by Sons of Midas. Going to take this game. Nice comeback for the second time this game. They are going to win this set 3-0. Nicely done indeed. Excellent snipe. Fagoli Master easily the MVP there. Wow. Excellent boss snipe there. Managing to clutch that game like that and turn it around once more in favor of Sons of Midas. Definitely a well-won game right there. So again, guys, that has been our last game for today. I hope you enjoyed this. We are going to be live tomorrow as well. If you would like to see tomorrow's and all the matches coming up after that, just type !brackets into the chat and our little Nightbot will link that for you. But once again, guys, that has been the last match for today. The replay will be starting in just a second, the rebroadcast that is, so stick around for that. That'll be coming up in just a few seconds. So hang on, and I hope you enjoyed the cast, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have an excellent day.